A new president takes the oath of office Monday. Ahead of Donald Trump's swearing in, there are growing concerns about the possibility of mass deportations. Immigration was a key issue for many voters in the past election. Our Sabrina Franza live for us in the Loop with a closer look at how Chicago is preparing. Sabrina?
Joe, there is a lot of fear and uncertainty in the immigrant community ahead of Monday, and confidence among supporters of the former and incoming president that he'll fulfill his campaign promise of mass deportations. Both groups getting ready for significant policy changes.
They were going to use Chicago as a model, an example of going after people, members of our community, the first couple days of this new administration.
Mary Meg McCarthy is the executive director of the National Immigrant Justice Center, which provides legal aid for immigrants and asylum seekers. She says she's taking incoming President Trump's new border czar, Tom Homan's, words seriously.
We're going to start right here in Chicago, Illinois.
In a visit to Chicago's Northwest Side a few weeks ago, he said he'd return with immigration and customs enforcement.
Talking about mass deportations and that Chicago was ground zero.
Now McCarthy says they've had 49 requests for their Know Your Rights presentations ahead of the inauguration Monday.
They are now equipped to understand what their legal rights are, that they don't have to open the door to their home unless there is a signed warrant, signed by a judge, and that they have an opportunity to see that warrant.
Homan also recently appeared on CBS's Face the Nation.
We know where a lot of criminals are. They've been prevented from arresting, that we're going to arrest starting day one. As far as being in jails and prisons, we would love to work in local jails, but sanctuary cities won't allow us into those jails.
Chicago is a sanctuary city, and so local law enforcement is not able to assist them in deporting people. Still, immigration experts believe those most at risk are undocumented people that already have a removal or a deportation order, have had an encounter with the criminal legal system, or have missed an asylum hearing.
The real issue is going to be when they don't show up to their asylum cases, which there's no doubt in my mind. The far majority, if not all of them, aren't going to show up for their asylum cases.
Alderman Nick Sposato supports President Trump. He and others attended Homan's visit.
I'm very hopeful that we're going to get back on the right track. I think it's going to be a lot harder than the president or Homan think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a very difficult task.
There has not been any official word on if or when ICE agents will be here in Chicago, but immigrant advocates say regardless of an official plan, they're preparing anyway. We're live in the Loop. Sabrina Franza, CBS News, Chicago.
Sabrina, thank you.
Big T take office. It's just going down. He's talking about day one, the largest deportation. So that means, first, if they're undocumented, then they are here illegally. They're not caring about keeping the laws here in this America. It also means that they not about to give up without a fight. You think they about to go easily? Nope. They are not about to go easily at all. In fact, you're going to see crime go up the harder they try to do to catch them. And crime ain't always going to be just on law enforcement. It's going to be on some Babylonians. They're going to actually have to endure, some of this, these, or shall I say, get some of the brunt of this mass deportation. And this is all part of so-called making America great again. America's not going to be great again. It was already prophesied America would come down. Obadiah said, though thou set thy nest amongst the stars. I'll grab that real quick. This is... Oh, that's Malachi. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1, it says, "The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahweh, God concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Yahweh, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground? Who dwells in the clefts of the rocks? So-called Caucasian man who is a cave dweller. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What is the symbol of America? It's the eagle. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down. So America sets their nest amongst the stars. So America's going to be brought down low. And America's already on borrowed time already as it is. America's not about to be great again. Imagine taking a glass vase and dropping it, and it breaks and shatters into, a thousand, hundreds, or whatever pieces. You can't take all those pieces and glue it back together and think it's going to be as good as it was prior to it was broken. It's just impossible. America's on borrowed time. There is no making America great again. These mass deportations, first and foremost, let me say about mass deportation. America already has a problem with certain. There's a lot of labor that immigrants do that Americans are too damn lazy to do. There are a lot of wages that a lot of these companies profit off of paying uh, Jake low wages because they're illegal immigrants and they're getting paid under the table. So, a lot of Jake, they'll be like 10, 15 people all in one house splitting up the bills so they can get ahead. So that little bit of that small wage, that's they get to keep a lot of that. America is not going to ever be great again. This mass deportation plan is not going to work. You have some that's already leaving, but exactly how are they going to go about doing this? No, that's why we student stay tuned, watch as well as pray. I do know one thing though for sure is that the South America is if they could, they would stay down there. But a lot of them are leaving it or fleeing from their country because of the war torn type of atmosphere and a civil unrest that's going on. No jobs down there, so they don't want to go back. A lot of these immigrants don't even speak English. Um, uh, Trump is talking real tough, so we're going to see exactly how he's going to go about this. Man, I can't wait till baby killing become illegal statewide. It's going to be a beautiful thing because right now abortion is still legal in some states. You still can a certain amount of months and stuff like that. It's impossible. It's impossible to going back to my point, but it's impossible to evict all the illegal immigrants in here. That's going to be a lot of tech. I will say I've seen more border patrol already out on the highways. What's that about? I'm not sure. But it's ironic that I've been started seeing them lately as of today, specifically on the highways. And the highways is basically uh how you really get around. If you want to go from one place to another place, you can't take the streets all the way somewhere. You got to get on the highway eventually. Hey man, we in some turbulent times. It's about to be happening. And on that note, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kodash. That belongs to Elder Jim as well. Peace, salutations, and shalom.